Greenfields show with me, Turf, and me, River. And today we have a special guest. And her name is Joanna Newcomb, and she works with crickets.
Hi.
So, yeah.
And are there any other nutritional or vitamins in the pug?
Yeah, so the protein is definitely the main thing. It's about 65% protein, which is pretty amazing. And they also have a lot of vitamin B12. You can almost get your whole daily value with having a handful of crickets. And also, I believe they also have calcium and iron in some smaller amounts.
That's cool.
What are the beneficial things does it help with
Health benefits.
a cold or a fever or something like that?
I don't know if it would help with that, but one of the cool things about them is that they have prebiotic fiber. So their exoskeleton has something in it called chitin, and it has prebiotic fiber in it, which is good for your gut bacteria.
Does that make them shiny?
Kind of, yeah. It's their whole outside, the exoskeleton.
That's cool.
So, since crickets are bugs, is there any allergy that would be related to them? Some people don't usually eat bugs. Is there a food restriction?
There is, yeah. With crickets, they have a shellfish allergen. So people who have allergies to shellfish, they might be allergic to crickets, or they're likely to be allergic to crickets because they have the same proteins in their exoskeleton. They're very closely related.
Cool. That's cool and weird at the same time. So, how did you get started with these recipes?
So I just wanted to make a simple snack. So what we're making today is a taco seasoned cricket, and it's just an organic blend of spices. That's a taco seasoning. Got it from Star West Botanicals, and then avocado oil. Wanted to make sure we stayed with a healthy oil to keep the whole snack healthy. And then my other flavors are salt and pepper, which is a pretty simple one. And then a honey roasted, so you get kind of a sweet, crunchy snack with that one. And another amazing thing about crickets is that they're incredibly sustainable and earth-friendly. They have very low impact on the environment, so it's a great food to choose to make sure you have a small footprint. They don't use a lot of water. They don't produce methane. Their feed to energy conversion is really good, so you don't have to feed them a lot, and then you still get a lot of protein and nutrients from them.
Cool. How do we make these yummy snacks?
So first, I had raw crickets, and I have dehydrated them in the oven. It takes about an hour and a half at a low temperature. You don't want to go too much above 215. And so then once you have them completely dehydrated and they're totally crunchy, you're ready to season them, and then we're going to sear the seasoning on in the oven.
Cool. Sounds fun. So let's get started.
All right, so we have our crickets here, and we're going to put them in the bowl. So these are all completely dry roasted crickets. And then I usually add the seasoning into the oil. This is avocado oil, taco seasoning. Mix it around. So you get your seasoning mixture here. And then you just drizzle it over the crickets. And it might not look like a lot, but it actually goes pretty far. But you can always add more, as you want to. It's about probably 1.5 cups of crickets, and it's about 1.5 tablespoons of oil and 1 tablespoon of seasoning. But you can always add more if you want to. And when you're stirring, you don't want to stir it like you would, because you're going to crush them. Yeah. So I kind of just toss them. Just kind of do a light toss. And it might seem to take longer than you would think for all that oil to get around, but you just keep tossing it. So you just want to put them on your pan in a single layer. And then they're going to go in the oven at 275 just for about 4 minutes. They're already cooked, they're already safe to eat, but it's just to sear on the oil and the spices.
Cool. Oh, we need to get into 275 degrees. Yeah, 275 for 4 minutes. Okay. They're done. Yay! Woo. They smell good.
Whoa, they look so cool.
And they smell good.
These guys look like they're suntanning.
So, if you're if you were to, like, if you didn't have crickets, would you like wild catch them or would you get them from someone? How would you like get crickets?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend catching them in the wild. People certainly do, and if you do, just make sure you cook them thoroughly. The best thing to do is to buy them from a farm, which I would recommend Entomo. They do organic crickets.
Yeah.
There's also EXO. They also sell cricket snacks. You can get them online and then come up, with your own seasonings and flavor them yourself.
You could do a lot of seasonings, couldn't you?
You could, yeah. There's a whole range of possibilities.
Cool. Let's put them back on the plate. There we go. And yeah. Yum. So since this podcast is unconventional foods, I thought I was making a cookie, but instead of chocolate chips, like putting crickets in. Would that work?
You definitely could try it. They probably wouldn't stay crunchy, but you would have some protein in your cookie.
Yeah.
Something else you could try is you can get cricket flour online, and you can replace some of the flour in your cookie with cricket flour, and that will give you a protein cookie.
Cool. And should we taste it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Where
Should we all taste one together?
Where can we find these crickets? Like, where can we find where you sell them? I guess.
So I sell them locally here in Spokane. What do you think?
It's good.
I sell them at the Farmers Market at Emerson Garfield and at the Wonder Market. They're also at Main Market downtown and through Link Foods.
They taste good.
You like them?
Mm-hmm. They're crunchy. They're delicious.
So you can eat them just like this, like as a snack. I also like to put them on top of salads. It's kind of like a nice protein crouton. You can also dump them in soups or, put them with your chips and salsa, things like that. Top them on top of some tacos.
Could you like put them in like bread? Because they do like nuts and bread and like raisins and bread. Could you put like crickets in bread? That's gonna be weird.
Maybe. It might do the same thing as cookies. It might get kind of soft and soggy. But you can always experiment.
So thank you so much, Joanna, for being on our show.
You're welcome.
And thank you guys for watching. And if our viewers have any questions, where can they go to like ask the questions?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Chomper Cricket Farm.
Cool. And she sells locally at 2 different farmers markets. 3 different farmers markets. Thank you. Bye. These crickets are so good, even your dog will eat them. Next.